This is bright enough, right? So, hey, what's up? Welcome back, you guys. So, real quick, where have I been? First off, I went on this amazing trip with my boys. We went to Orlando. We got to celebrate my one of my best friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Amir. To Orlando, we went for like 3 days. And in that time, you know, we went to Volcano Bay, we went to downtown Orlando, we went to Kennedy Space Center. That was amazing. A spontaneous little trip afterwards to one of the springs with Key Bike. That's what I believe in. That's what I think it's called. I did a montage video of it.
Nigga, let's go. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about your vlog. Your shit ass YouTube channel is garbage.
It came out super clean, super cool. Today's videos, we're gonna talk about impressions on using LumaFusion to edit videos. So if you like to, watch it. And if not, skip this, come back next time. And then next video, we're gonna go back to shooting photographies and then going out and exploring, doing some cool stuff, okay? Yeah. So today we're talking about LumaFusion. It's a powerful multi-track video editor used by mobile journalists, filmmakers, and professional video producers to tell compelling video stories. Ooh. So thank you, Claudio, for recommending it to me. He told me that a lot of people have been using it. I did some research, and yeah, it is a little bit on the pricier point for it as an app. It's 30 bucks right now, $29.99 on the App Store. Let's dive into the good stuff. So right off the bat, I've been using iMovie to edit my videos. It's super easy to use. I know all the shortcuts. I know how to apply the filters, how to crop and fill, Ken burns and stuff like that. So it's very easy for me to use, and it's free, of course, with my MacBook. Oh, LumaFusion looks very close to iMovie. You got the trackers, you got 3 tracks on the bottom that you can put your video segments in, and you can also put 3 audio files on the bottom. So you have basically essentially 3 videos you can kind of like mix and match, and then 3 audio clips you can mix and match as well. The way I set it up, you can change it, but the way I set it up is going to be on the top right hand corner, and that's very easy to use. And then all the video clips that I wanted to edit the videos with, it's on the top left hand corner. And so it's, like I said before, it's very easy to use, very simple, very user friendly. So right off the bat, great impression. The effects, there's a lot of them, way more than iMovie, which I'm very happy to see. So when I, for instance, I just did like a couple of edits, a couple of effects going on, and I didn't want to ruin the quality of it, but I did do a couple of like high contrast, adjusting the saturations and the vibrance, and I really liked how detailed it was going into it. Like once you click on a filter, once you click on an effect, or even changing an overlay title, you can adjust the size, the rotation, the XYZ field, like all these stuff. And I'm just like, this is really cool. This is something like you can even add your own like manual, special, unique, curated signature or title. You can even write on it too and then import it. Yeah, that's one thing that I really do like. Super clean. I didn't mention I'm not using any iPad Air, iPad Pros. I'm just using the original iPad, the 9.7 inch screen one. So not as like heavy duty, like up on the premium side of the iPad genre, but overall it did hell on its own. Like it did the job. But there is a couple of meh, I don't say like it's bad, and what I mean by that is, first off, when I was adjusting it, I used my Apple Pencil, by the way, very professional. Like I like you writing on that and stuff like that. But when I was writing or dragging clips and putting stuff on it, sometimes it could get a little like wonky. I don't say like clunky, almost like. And I don't know if it's because my iPad, maybe I'm not using a stronger version. I don't have a better chip processor. I don't have the best of the best iPads. Maybe that's why. And then also, when I put transitions into my videos, they go very smooth, especially with iMovies. They're very, the cross dissolves, the fade and blacks, they're very smooth like transitions. But when I'm using it on LumaFusion, when I use the transitions, they're very like very fast. They don't seem to have like a smooth ride to it. Like when I have something in my head, I'm bumping with the rhythm, I can picture it and see it. And when I replicate it on LumaFusion, it just kind of gives it like a sudden stop or like a sudden entrance and stuff like that. So I kind of like have to, maybe there's a, this is an impression after all. I've just been meddling with it for a couple days. Maybe there's a way to like blend it in or fade it into it. But so far, that's what one of the main problems I've had with it. Another thing is LumaFusion markets and advertises the fact that it has a lot of royalty-free music. They have updated, and they now have something called Story Block. I think that's what it's called, Story Block. They replaced it with Story Blocks. So basically, it's the same thing, royalty-free music. You can use it, but it's not included. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a handful of music that you can choose that are free, but then afterwards, those stuff that you really want to get into, the musics that are really like, the ones that you want to aim for, they're you gotta pay a monthly premium for it, a subscription, and that, or you can pay like a yearly access, like all year access, one-time fee kind of thing. But I was kind of disappointed in that. I paid $30 for it. I was expecting to have a good amount of royalty-free music, and to see free on a couple of them, it's just kind of like, it's a meh, but it's whatever. It's not a game changer. I usually use different kind of musics, stuff that I download on SoundCloud and like on YouTube as well, to adjust it. So not a game breaker, but still something to be aware about. Another thing that really annoyed me was the random block segments or segment blocks that appeared when I try attaching under another clip and another clip. Like, you'll see these small little clips, very small little clips, and it's like detached from something, like just did a copy of its own or something, and I always have to like hold it or expand it and then like drag it into the trash, because I get the reason why there's like a random block segment, because I didn't attach it exactly to the next clip, so they just kind of fill it in. But this is something I just kind of wish were like, I wanted a block segment, I would have put it in there myself. So when I do a clip, I just logically think that it'll go next to the clips. So that's my way of thinking. So there's like those bits of annoyances. Like, I would have to pinch and zoom, which that is also a really great feature. I forgot to mention about that. The pinch and zoom. So I have to expand the clips and the files, and then kind of like point out the extra clips that they just randomly appear, and then just throwing them into the trash. Another thing that I think is another like annoyance, again, not a huge deal breaker, would be the audio file detaching. Now, I do the same thing on the iMovie. You have to manually click on the clip that you want and adjust which audio appears on the video. And there's no problem with that at all. I do it all the time. It's not a hindrance. The problem with it, with LumaFusion, they don't show you if you detach that audio. Now, to do it, you would have to click on the video itself, and you need to click on it 3 times. Manually detach the audio, and then you dump it into the trash. I can do that, that's no problem. Afterwards though, it's when it gets a little bit annoying. Like, how do I adjust, like how do I know when that clip that I do it, like no way of telling me that I removed the audio clip already. Like on iMovie, you can see, if you click on it, you can see there's like an X on one of the audios. You can actually see the adjustments of the datas of like the files of it. So that's another, like, another annoyance, but I got through it. I just gotta make sure to do it all the time, and then I always play my movies back, so not a huge deal breaker. All my general impression with that is it's solid. For someone that, if you don't have a MacBook Pro, if you don't have a fancy computer or something that you can like do amazing edits with, apply amazing filters with, and like do all these like stuff, then LumaFusion is definitely worth it. It's $30. There's a ton of great features. It's super user friendly. I highly recommend it. Just except for those minor annoyances, that's my personal preference. So there's that. In my honest opinion, I'm just so used to using my MacBook Pro that maybe for my LumaFusion, maybe in the future when I upgrade it to an iPad Pro, there's something maybe in the works for it. Like when I'm traveling and I'm trying to pack light, maybe I'll just bring my iPad and I'll just edit the videos on the iPad.